All right, we're back here today with Enlo. How's it going? So what's the I see the project up here on the jig. You got a lot of fans up looking for an update, and they want to know the progress, when we're gonna get this thing running.
The progress, time is always of essence when you work a full-time job and have a life. If I had nothing to do ever, this would have been done a long time ago. But since I've got lots to do, my next project is basically starting at the front bumper and working backwards in the complete product design as I'm building the car. I'm going to finish the front suspension, build in the front frame, lighting, ducting, components, and seal the front. As I go front to back, I'm working the car as a complete car.
Okay.
By the time we get to the power plant, I'll have all the determination of exactly which power plant I'm going to run in it, because I do have multiple options for the electric power plant.
Okay.
Options come with manual transmission options or direct drive options, even Tesla swap options.
So have you done anything new to the frame?
The frame has been shortened. I had a full frame down here. I shortened all that up due to the construction of the way the suspension was going in. I wasn't happy with it, so I've modified it to replate it. Everything that you see is raw, bare metal design, reinforcement plates to add my front suspensions, crossover supports. Once it's all laid in there, it's going to get skinned to make it look a lot nicer also. It'll clean up the welds.
Of course.
Everything is safety supported so that everything is integrity. The strength and integrity in it maintains, like when you're taking under force, corners,
Look at these
bumps.
welds. Look at these welds.
They're everywhere.
Very nice. Okay, so I'm not familiar with how to build a chassis, but is this square tube material as good as
round?
The round ones, or however the race cars use?
It's a little harder to work with square tube because angle cuts are harder to get to.
Okay.
Durability, probably really close to the same.
Are you confident in your welds?
I am extremely confident in my welds. You'll look at the welds. I've got great penetration, full weld process, clean all the way through. Very strong.
So it won't fall apart.
Oh no.
With vibration.
No, once the car's assembled, I'll put probably 20 to 30 hours of testing just in strength integrity.
Okay.
And you do that by picking a parking lot and talking to the owner of the parking lot, and hopefully they got lots of speed bumps. And you use the speed bumps and you hit it at night with the owner's permission, and you use that parking lot at night to run the car over to curbs and speed bumps to stress test everything.
Okay.
Because if you do it at night, then you're not impeding with the business. And you do it with business owners' permission, then you're not getting in trouble. Being private property, you don't even have to register the car for its testing stages. But bouncing it over curbs does stress testing on the suspension and frame components.
Okay.
And once you perform a bunch of those and bounce it around a whole bunch, you take it back home and you check all your welds and you check your components. If nothing looks like it's stressed, then you finish up, finalize your system, and start getting ready to put it on the road.
Oh, okay. So you have to trailer it over or find a place nearby.
Correct.
So I've seen a couple of welding videos of these guys who are pro welders, and they do the little dime stippling.
The diamond plating?
No, you know how when you do a good weld, it's like little dimes stacked against each other. Do your welds result to that here? Or?
No.
No, but it's still acceptable even though it's
absolutely.
Not like that? Okay.
Those a lot of those welds, those people have some phenomenal time in their welding.
Yes, yes. So okay, another question. Your suspension, with the way this frame is, it looks like it's sitting a little low compared to the car, don't you think?
No.
No?
No, you're looking at the jig.
Oh, okay.
The car is sitting...
Is this the frame here?
Yeah, this is the lower part of the frame.
Okay.
Anything below that is the jig it's sitting on.
Right, and the frame is supposed to sit at where the body line hits?
Yes.
Okay.
The body line is the bottom of the car. As you can see right there, that's the bottom of the car.
Okay. Okay. And then your is this going to be part of the
This is part of the mock-up for the steering rack. I might use this rack. I might have to make my rack, but this is the rack that I intend on using at the moment. The suspension's all going to be handmade. I can't fit anything. I've tried different fits from different front-end suspensions, and nothing fits what I need
Okay.
to make it work like it needs to work.
So you're gonna have to hand weld the suspension.
Yeah, well, I'm hand welding the entire frame, suspension, and everything is going to be made out of this 120 wall box tubing that's going to be cut, designed, and shaped to make front coilover shock supports, mounts, control arm chassis. Everything will run off of these.
How much does this cost so far? The frame.
The frame probably has cost me close to, in steel alone, close to $3,000.
Ooh, not cheap.
No, steel is not cheap.
Okay. Any changes in the back?
Nothing has been done towards the rear of the vehicle yet.
So what?
Due to the only thing setting me back on electric motor design is battery costs. Once I determine which batteries I'm going to run, we'll determine which power plant I run.
Okay. But the costs are still expensive.
Either way, it's expensive.
Okay. So it's almost summer. Any progress plans for the summer?
Yes, I plan on having the front third of the car complete with the lights, suspension,
Okay.
hood struts.
What do you mean lights?
Lights. All my lights mounted, light systems installed.
Do you have
air
them yet,
ducts.
or do you have to order them?
I have to order some of the lighting. Most of the stuff will be handmade, the lens covers. I plan on doing, because I like to stay with the Countach look.
Okay.
I'm going to run the actual turn signal in here as normal. This here is only going to be a half pop-up LED light system.
Okay,
Instead
yeah.
of having the two big round ones, I'll just have the small strip of LED, so this only needs to come up just a couple inches.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. It's
Yeah,
like
so-
a row of two, and they're really bright.
Yes, and it'll just a little bit for a good projection.
Okay. And then the turn signals you're gonna get from Lamborghini themselves, or are you gonna make those?
I can get them online.
Okay.
I can get them online. Now,
What about these spots down here? Fog lights or something?
these are fog lights.
Uh-huh.
These are all air intake. These are for like brake coolers. This was for the AC system. This was for the heater system. And this was for internal just brake coolers and things like that.
And then you'll have the front suspension done?
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Okay, yeah, I'm really excited to see that. And then, let's see. Yeah, I see that you got two frame rails just going down and attached to nothing.
Correct.
So what are you going to do with that?
That's where I'll integrate the new front suspension supports and redo the frame supports for this when I start structural setting this to reinforce all this fiberglass.
Okay.
All this fiberglass has to have an attaching point somewhere. Anywhere that the fiberglass does not have an attaching point creates a weak spot in the fiberglass itself.
Like up here?
Correct.
Okay.
So this will be lined with a type of steel glued in, and that steel will be welded into the structure to keep this as strong as possible.
Okay.
And still maintain the light aspect of it.
Right. It looks like your inside frame is, well, look at that. It's fits perfectly. So I'm going to take the door off, see what's inside. I didn't get a good look at it last time because I was just too juiced about the outside. So here we got the Lamborghini model, what it's going to look like. Are you going to do these pop-up doors exactly like this?
It will have the butterfly doors.
So he's going to model exactly after this almost. The interior, okay, so the gauge cluster is actually already built, as you guys can see here. He just took the gauges out, so that looks pretty damn good. This inside here looks like it's been sheet metal, so I didn't really get a good look at the inside last time. And all this sheet metaling was made by hand, so that's great, and he planned it out. And then down here, this is the inside. As you can see, the fender walls there. So that's the top frame. It's a little bright here. And then there's the fender wall and the center console, or the center, I don't know, area thing where the shifter would go. That's all hand built. This ground piece here is metal, sheet metal as well. And the frame fits perfectly inside of the kit. So So this is, yes, it is a kit car, but it's just not any kit car because I don't think I've seen anyone build a frame to fit the inside of this. So this is pretty awesome. All right, so it's on a jig right now. Can you talk about the jig? You handmade this?
Yes, the jig was made by my son and I to be able to build the project off the ground, okay, so that we're not bent down. We have room to get underneath it. And then I decided to make it mobile.
Okay.
By putting the trailer jacks on the jig, I'm able to lift the jig up and move the entire project in and out.
Oh, this is clever. Look at that.
And
so
I can still set it down and stabilize it.
So this jacks it up and down when you crank the wheel?
Correct.
And then it just clamps on in here. Okay. And these things you got from where?
Harbor Freight.
Oh, they're just trailer what?
They're trailer jacks.
Trailer jacks. Very nice. And then you weld them together.
The trailer jacks come as a kit, and then I welded the mounts onto the jig, and then you bolt the trailer jacks to the mounts.
All right, guys. I guess this is it for the progress video. Keep watching, and we'll come back to you for more updates as soon as we do the front end.